Imagine planning your dream international vacation, but you're stuck because you don't have a passport. Well, don't worry, we've got you covered. In today's explainer, you'll learn exactly how to easily book a passport appointment at the post office step by step. We're going to take what usually feels like a giant, intimidating bureaucratic maze and turn it into a super simple, highly actionable checklist. If you're a complete beginner to all this, seriously, take a deep breath. Getting your passport sorted through your National Postal Service is actually a really streamlined process once you know the rules of the game. Whether you're in the United States, the UK, or Australia, these postal systems are essentially your primary gateway to getting your travel documents verified and securely processed. All right, let's dive right into this comprehensive walkthrough. Today, we're covering the prep steps, gathering your required documents, a step-by-step booking guide, what to actually expect in branch, tracking times, and finally, some crucial wrap-up tips. Okay, Section 1, Intro and Preparation Steps. Because, let's face it, every hero's journey requires a little prep, and you definitely can't just stroll up to the post office counter empty-handed. Before you even think about booking a slot, we need to figure out if you actually require an in-person appointment at all. This is a huge pitfall. In the US, for example, a lot of standard adult renewals can now be handled entirely online or by mail. You don't even need to leave your house. But if you're a first-time applicant, if the passport is for a kid under 16, or if you're replacing a lost or stolen one, well, you are legally required to do this in person. Figuring out which bucket you fall into is step number 1. Moving right along to Section 2, gathering your required documents. This is your essential checklist. Once you know you have to go in person, it's time to build your dossier. And it's pretty fascinating to see how the requirements differ across regions. In the US, for a first-timer using Form DS-11, you need a government photo ID and your birth or naturalization certificate. But here's the kicker. You absolutely must bring single-sided photocopies of the front and back of those documents. Over in Australia, you fill out the form online, but then you actually have to print it on physical A4 paper using the fit-to-page setting. Getting all these exact documents perfectly formatted is basically your first real trial. Now, for our UK viewers, you have a really cool choice to make with the Check and Send service. You can go the digital route at about 1,100 branches, where the staff literally use a tablet to do it all and snap a compliant digital photo right there on the spot. Or you can do paper check and send at 2,500 branches, where you bring your own pre-filled forms and physical photos for them to review. Both options cost a £16 fee on top of the passport costs, but honestly, it is totally worth it for the peace of mind knowing your application won't get rejected for a silly typo. So, the absolutely crucial point before you head out the door is following the strict formatting rules. I mean it, black ink only on paper forms. And bring your original documents. Do not just show up with a photocopy of your birth certificate and expect it to fly. Oh, and for those in the US, this is a big one. Do not, I repeat, do not sign your DS-11 form at home. Your signature literally has to be witnessed in person by the postal agent. All right, you've got your paperwork ready. Section 3, our step-by-step booking guide to securing your spot. In the United States, your main pathway is the USPS online portal, which they call the Retail Customer Appointment Scheduler. And honestly, it's super logical. You just select your service type, like new passport only, and enter how many people are applying, up to 6. The system brilliantly carves out proportional blocks of time, usually 15 minutes per person. Then pick your location, choose a time, and verify your identity with a quick text or email code. Boom, booked. But hey, what if your Wi-Fi is down, or you just prefer not to book online? No problem. The U.S. Postal Service has you covered. You can pop into major post offices and use the touchscreen lobby kiosks. Just hit Other Services, then Passport Scheduler. Or you can go old school and call 1-800-275-8777. When the robot asks what you need, literally just say the magic words, passport appointment, and you'll be routed right to the scheduling queue. Meanwhile, down in Australia, the vibe is a bit different. Routine renewals? Those are usually just walk-ins at participating AusPost locations during regular hours. Easy breezy. But if it's your first time or you have a complicated application that needs an accredited passport agent, you got to schedule a specific slot, either online or by calling 137-678. Okay, Section 4, what to expect in branch. It is game day. You've got the docs, you've got the slot. Here is exactly what goes down at the counter. If you're in the US, I want you to burn this number into your brain. 10. You need to arrive exactly 10 minutes early. Not 5, not 15. The Postal Service runs a really tight ship to avoid backlogs, and their rules are strict. If you show up late, you seriously risk completely losing your slot and having to start all over again. Let's talk money. This chart perfectly illustrates the standard routine fees you'll pay at the counter. In the US, a standard passport book is $130, usually paid via check or money order to the State Department, plus a separate acceptance fee for the post office. In the UK, the digital check-in send for an adult sets you back £118. And in Australia, that 10-year adult passport comes in at 422 Australian dollars. Just a quick heads up, definitely check what payment methods your specific post office takes beforehand. Section 5, Tracking and Processing Times. The paperwork is filed, the fees are paid, and now we play the waiting game. This timeline right here sets realistic expectations so you know when your vacation can actually start. Right now, standard processing is about 3 weeks in the UK, a solid 6 weeks in Australia, and roughly 6 to 8 weeks in the US. A huge tip here, absolutely do not book any non-refundable flights until you are physically holding that passport in your hands. These are just estimates, and government backlogs are a very real thing. But wait, what if you're in a rush? If those standard times just won't cut it? All 3 countries offer expedited services. For an extra fee, of course. The US can shrink the wait to 2 to 3 weeks. The UK has a 1-week fast track, though, side note, that requires going to a dedicated passport office, not just the local post office. Australia, however, offers incredibly fast priority 2-day and fast track 5-day options, which is an absolute lifesaver if you have a last-minute emergency trip. While you wait, you'll definitely want to track your document's journey. If you used the UK Check and Send, they'll proactively text and email you updates, which is awesome. Australia has a handy online tracker. US applicants use the online passport status system, but please listen to this. It can take up to 2 full weeks after your appointment for the status to even show up as in process online. So seriously, don't panic if it looks like it's missing for the first few days. We are in the home stretch. Section 6, final tips and wrap up to ensure you have a smooth finish. So what happens if life gets in the way and you need to change your appointment? Well, in the US, USPS retail employees actually don't have the system access to modify your booking. You can't just call them up and say, hey, push me back an hour. Actually, you have to go online, completely cancel the reservation, and rebook from scratch yourself. Another quick pro tip. If you're replacing a lost passport in the UK with the paper form, make sure you have a counter-signatory lined up. That's a professional who has known you for 2 years, ready to verify you are who you say you are. As we wrap up this explainer, I do need to give you a quick professional disclaimer. Passport bureaucracy, the fees, the processing times, it all shifts constantly based on government policy. Use everything we just talked about to empower your preparation, but always double-check the final, current details on official portals like travel.state.gov, gov.uk, or passports.gov.au right before you book.
You did it! You now possess the exact step-by-step knowledge to totally master the post office passport booking process. From identifying your needs and wrangling original documents to conquering the online schedulers and understanding the fees, you've cleared the administrative hurdles. So I'll leave you with this. Once that little blue, red, or black book finally arrives in your mailbox, where in the world is your dream vacation going to take you?